My name's Sam Supplier, DJ, remixer, producer. Earliest music memory as a kid, I don't know, probably my dad's a drummer, so like I grew up like when I was at the age of probably 3-4 years old going to like festivals with my dad. I remember like just kind of sitting on the side of the stage not really knowing like what's going on and looking at my dad playing in front of tens of thousands of people. So I think yeah, that's my early music memory. First started getting into the music industry 10-12 years ago as a DJ, kind of just pirate radio, doing radio stuff. I then kind of started putting on my own nights and became a promoter, and they just went rapidly, like just blew up around London really quick, to the extent of within a few years ended up buying my own nightclub. And yeah, that's what I was doing for kind of, had my own club for about 5 years. So that's how I first initially got into the game. Pirate radio probably played like the biggest thing for me, like to create my name on the streets of London, if that's the right way of like putting it. I literally was doing pirate radio when I was like 15 years old. I was still at school, just trying to get on to any radio station that would let me get on. I think that yeah, from doing that, it's led on to expand to what I'm doing now. I started producing music, I kind of felt like it was necessary, if that makes sense, because I was doing gigs and just real small scale, nothing to write home about stuff, and I felt that to progress I had to make music. I was looking at other people and kind of like, how are these guys like playing in front of 2, 3, 4, 10,000 people, like, and I was hungry, I want to get to this stage. So I felt it was necessary to produce music. At the start I felt like it was a bit of a chore, if that makes any sense, but I'm hungry, I'm driven, I'm like, put myself through it and yeah, and just carried on. I mean, now I'm excited. What represents me, I mean, for years, like radio, like, because I've done it for so many years, but I think possibly over the past kind of recently, like 18 months, more so probably my DJ. And I mean, when I play, I'm energetic, I'm lose the plot, I'm jumping around, but it is the biggest buzz in the world, like to sit there on a Tuesday, Wednesday, make something, and then Saturday night be at, I don't know, Label Worx, playing something that nobody's heard, and they just erupt like of this, and I'm like, whoa, the hairs on my arms go up, and it's just the biggest feeling, like the biggest rush. Yeah, so my track on Champion Records called Night and Day, different to the stuff that I would normally play or produce. I kind of deliberately like tried to go in and do a commercial style track, and yeah, Champion snapped it up and they've just gone full pelt at it. So my experience working with Champion Records, to be fair, it's like really enlightened me of how you work a record, because an underground release compared to a national chart-led release, however you want to word it, is so different. It is two different worlds. Like, from the world of like Spotify, which I didn't understand how important like Spotify and Shazam were, for instance, because on an underground release, they're not irrelevant, but they're not important. Whereas now, you have to have your streams, because your likes of Radio 1 and all of the big players are looking at like, okay, what traction is happening? How is your record like working? Plus as well, like what I didn't realise, like with release dates, so even my underground stuff, we would kind of like, I would pump it out to the key people, sing and dance about it on my radio show, and everyone else that's supporting it, and then bring the record out. Whereas now it's kind of like with working with Champion, on this release, commercial release, it's like the opposite. You bring it out and then build the record, which that blew me away. I was like, no, you lot are wrong. Like, they was like, no, honestly, Sam. So I was like, okay. So I run my own label. My label's called Digital Vision Records, DVR. I wanted to kind of, I thought there was like a space in the house market. With everything on the label, I've kind of renamed it Tech Bass. So it fits in between bass music and techno. Feel that it's a sound that sits in between two scenes, there's space for it. Hardest thing I've found running my own label, it's hard to get everybody to like, support the music, like more so like when I'm sending everyone stuff that's not my own, if that makes sense. They're artists that I've kind of dug up, or they're artists that produce other genres under different names, or ones that I've kind of like collectively found together. You can catch me Friday afternoons on Rinse FM 106.8 if you're in London, or rinse.fm across the world. My SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sam Supplier. For everyone that's checked out the stream, or if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Everyone at Label Worx, thanks for having me. It's been fun. It's been nice coming up here.